We are at Lake Oroville, where water levels have risen, which emphasizes the need for more storage. I am with Jana Frazier with the Department of Water Resources. Jana, why is water storage crucial for our state?
There's actually a couple of reasons. The population of the state of California is going to continue to grow. Lake Oroville is the keystone or the very beginning of the State Water Project. We feed into the rest of that project. The State Water Project that begins here, 22 million people roughly depend on State Water Project water for drinking because the population is only going to continue to grow. Currently, we're at about 30% roughly of the water that we store is going to be used for agriculture, for growing food. So with the state's population continuing to grow, with the nation's population continuing to grow, we are going to need to provide more water, more drinking water for the individual people that live in the state, but also for growing the food for both the state and for the rest of the nation. So more storage, better conservation, it kind of goes hand in hand, but we are looking at more and better, not necessarily better storage, but more storage for the water that currently just washes out to the ocean.
And Sites Reservoir could capture that water that we currently are not capturing.
The one thing that we try to educate people on Sites Reservoir, we're not damming a river, we're not damming any water source, but what we're going to be doing is capturing that water that would normally just run off, and we're going to pump it over to Sites Reservoir for storage. That water is going to be another, so to speak, water bank for years of drought like we've experienced, because we've come very close to simply not having enough water. We've cut allocations at one point all the way down to 5% of request. Out of the entire request that somebody makes, they got less than 5% of that request. That's what that means. And that's like a nickel to the dollar.
Wow.
It's not going to buy much, not going to grow much. So now you've got farmers and ranchers that are going to have to cull their herds, including dairy, and you've got fields that are left fallowed. And we've seen aerials of the state of California, especially in the Southern California part or the Central California, where it's just miles of brown dirt because we weren't able to provide the water, so they're not able to grow or ranch or farm or do anything. So Sites Reservoir is actually a pretty important piece that we would as an agency like to see developed.